Howdy, howdy, howdy. You know, one of the hardest jobs you're ever going to have is when you fall in love. That's right. You fall in love with a puppy or a kitten or a car or a person, especially a person. The hardest job you're ever going to have is when you fall in love. And fall in love with painting. Yeah. Think about it. When you fall in love with someone, and I'm talking about when you fall in love with a special someone, it's that love. No, that love. It's that love that you have. That love is going to carry you through thick and thin. It's going to carry you a long ways, but it's not going to carry you nearly as far as all the hard work you're going to have to put in to maintain that love. And it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work sometimes. And it's work that you want to put into it. It's work that you love to put into it, that you thrive to put into it. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you just don't have it in you. Sometimes life has gotten you down. Maybe it's just too much and you just don't feel like you can keep going. And then the other person steps up and does all the work and carries you for a little bit so you can relax and rest and recoup. And then it's your turn to pick it up and to carry that love, you know? And relationships are like that. It's two people, it's working together, it's holding each other, affirming each other, supporting each other. And sometimes when you need a break, the other person has to carry for a while. And sometimes when they need a break, you have to carry for a while. But it does take a lot of hard work, and that's okay. That's the beauty of it, is because you want to put that work in, and you know when you've got the strength and the energy to carry forward, and that love is just bursting out of you, and you're just excited about it, and you just know you want to push forward with it. And then you also know sometimes when you're just like, ugh, I'm done, I need a break. Not that you want to separate, not that you want to go your own way, not that you want to leave, or not anything like that. It's just like, I just need a couple days, a week off. Please, just give me a week off. Please, I need to rest, I need to catch up, I need my own space, my own time. I love you, please carry just for a little bit. And they're happy to do it for you. They want to do it for you, and they step up, and they want to do the hard work for that little bit of time. Now, if you're with the deadbeat, and that goes both ways. If you are the deadbeat, step it up, put in the work. If you're with the deadbeat, you just can't always carry him. You can't. It's supposed to be two people working together. You know, it's supposed to be a relationship, and you can't always be the one carrying the relationship. You can't always be the one putting in the hard work. And it's okay to go to that person and say, hey, listen, it's time for you to put in some work into this relationship. It's time for you to show me the love. And they should want to do it for you, and they should be happy to do it for you. Just as you should if they come to you and say, hey, I don't feel like I'm receiving the love that I need. And maybe it's because you guys speak different love languages. There's a whole world out there about love languages. Go look it up. There's 5 primary love languages. I'm not going to tell you about them, but you can go look them up and learn how to speak them for the other person, and let them learn how to speak them for you. It's very important. But it takes work. You have to do the work. Go look it up and do the work. It's worth it. So me and my wife have been married, let's see here, 15 years. No. I should know this. I'm usually the one that knows it. She's usually the one looking at me like, how long have we been married now? So just because I can do math quicker in my head, but right now we're more worried about looking good on camera than I am about doing math in my head. So I'm fumbling. So now I look that stupid both ways. So it's okay. We've been married long enough to know that we love each other and we're committed to each other, and we want to work things out through the good times and the bad times. And sometimes the best time to work things out is when things are going great. That's when you have the energy and the enthusiasm and the love, and you can just like, yes, let's plan it all out. Let's get it all squared away, you know? Because when you're down and you're both down, you don't have the energy to do that, to put the work in, you know? and then everything is hard, everything is tragic. So the hardest job you're ever going to have is when you fall in love, and when you commit to that love and you want to see it through the rest of your life. It takes a lot of communication, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of just being there, stick-to-itiveness. Usually when we think of love, we think of pink, we think of magenta, right? Those are some nice good love colors. We think of what, red here? Yeah. So these are some colors I'm going to use in this painting. Falling in love painting. Now, to get moving on this painting, this can take a little bit of hard work, but that's good, right? That's what we're all about here, hard work. So I'm going to put some of this color down here. I like to start my paintings. With my pour paintings, I like to do wet on wet, and I've talked about this multiple times. So I am just going to put some color down. I think a nice green is going to start this off nice. This is just some nice acrylic here that I can get worked into the canvas really well. So I'm going to stand up, take a step back, and just show you how to work this painting, okay? When you're in love, you want to put in the work. You really do. You want to make the effort. You want to make it a good life together. You know, you want to be fulfilled. You want to fulfill the other person. You want all this beautiful, wonderful things because they're worth it and you're worth it. What do you think about that? I think it's a little bit darker than I want, so I think I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. It might be alright. These colors back just a smidge here, so I have a little bit more room to work. Let's get a little bit more white on here. That ought to work. And I like to get it nice, so it's got a nice firm grip on that canvas, you know? That's really what I want to do here. And there's no reason to keep any on your utensils here, because wipe it off on the edges. I think that's going to work for me. I hope things are going good in your life. I hope you've got the love of your life. I hope that you really have just blossomed and that you're finding everything you want to find in life. And if you're not there, I hope you're seeking it. I hope you're not just taking second place. I hope you're not just giving up and settling. I hope you're out there seeking every single day what you want out of life. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. Just like being in love takes a lot of hard work, maintaining a good life takes a lot of hard work too, without a doubt. But it's rewarding. It's very rewarding. All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with some pinks. Let's get some of this pink down here. And I like to just kind of squiggle it around here. I think that's good. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice big, I got this big old fat stir stick here. I'm going to use it to wipe the whole thing. So I'm thinking of this motion coming across and how it's going to pick up the paint and move it. And so, you know, how each of these lines is going to get dragged. So you kind of have to be thinking a little bit ahead. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big line of yellow right here. And when I grab this yellow, it's pretty loose, so it's not going to flow real far. So I might put a little second line here, and it'll pick it up. And let's see here. And I want to use some of this magenta. And I think I want to pick up this magenta as that fades out, so probably somewhere in here. This magenta is almost the same color as that pink I was using, but it's different enough, and when it mixes, it's going to look beautiful. And we're going to get a little bit of blues in here. Let's let's just put a couple of drops in between here, because when that yellow hits that blue, it's going to start turning to green, and we'll get some purples, and we'll get a little bit more over here. Let's do a little bit of this spotting on this yellow here. And this is just going to kind of pick it up to add a little bit more texture. I think that's going to be good. Thinking, visualizing it, the work that we're putting into it. Should we go ahead and give it a try? And I don't want to add anything else to the color scheme yet. I'm going to come back in after I got these light colors down and add some dark colors on top so I can get some depth and texture. So let's push this yellow back this way to the edge. This is the first time I've used this big. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. See how it's pulling everything, elongating it, getting some nice mixtures in there. Kind of faded out over here. Yeah, I think I'm going to come back in. There we go. There we go. See? Woo! Pretty, huh? Pretty, 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 pretty. So now we got some nice little layering here, some little depth. And if you look, you can kind of start to see it starting to separate. You're starting to get all these nice little cell formations. Small cells, little cells. So I'm going to come back in now. And I think I might wipe it a second time, and I might come back. No, I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to just come back in with some of these darker colors. I'm going to come across, and we're going to come across like this. That looks good. I like that. Let's pick up a little bit of this purple here. We'll keep that in that kind of third of the painting there, and a little bit more darker blue. We're going to add that down here. Maybe a little bit more here. Fade that in that way. Keeping this color over here, this really light color over there. And I'm going to add some more of this red. Some very vibrant, bright red over here. Something like that. And then I do think I'm going to go ahead and come back the other direction with this. And it's going to come in and blend, and then it's going to fade out real nice. So we're going to see if we can give this a try. See how this looks. Don't worry about getting messy. How's it looking? It's looking good, huh? Let's see. Got nice light colors down here still. I kind of don't like this little swath right here that we got going on. I think I'm going to break that up some. So we'll do some more layering here. This is changing the effects on the painting a lot. Uh-oh, I got a clog. I hate when I get a clog. Now what I'm gonna do is got this little stamp thing. I'm gonna try this little stamp thing out here. See what we get out of this. Probably, it's not gonna do much, I don't think. But any way in which you can get the paints to kind of mix, you're gonna get some interesting effects. And that's what we're going for, interesting effects. Since it's acrylic, you don't want it to sit too long, you know? Alright, that's really busy over there. It's really busy over there. The rest of it's not that busy. I think I need to pull some of that busyness back. I like these colors that we got going on here. I like this light down here. And then there's this general busyness, and I think we need to get it to flow some. So, a couple ways to do that is we could either grab it and drag it over. I don't think I want to do. The other option would be to take these lines and flow them that way some, which I think is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just pick up this white, flow it that way, pick up a little bit of this red, flow it that way. And I think I'm going to be happy with that. I don't think I want to pick up the yellows. I think that's fine. Now we are going to come to grab this little guy here, and we're just going to flow it up. And we're going to pop this guy a little bit. Just let it run just a smidge. I don't like it running the whole length, but I do like to see a little bit of motion. What it ends up doing is then it ends up pulling the whole thing, and it just, I don't know, it just seems unsettling to me. So I kind of like this. Yeah, I like how that flows up that way now with that white. This dark. I do think I want to darken this bottom corner up a little bit more. So we're going to throw in a couple of these colors here. And just do another little bit of a drag here. So you're going to do very light fingers. I think that is going to hold it for me. And I like to look at them from a number of different angles here, different perspectives, you know, because a really good abstract painting should be well balanced. So there shouldn't be a direction unless you're choosing to make a direction, you know, with perspective or with composition or some feature like that, right? But right now, I'm not choosing a side, I'm not choosing a bottom or a top. I'm only looking to make sure it looks good from all different perspectives. So that's why I like to walk around it, I like to pick it up and change it. And even as I'm painting it later, I will hang it on the wall and then I will take it and change it perspectives. And, you know, as I was talking about earlier, all the hard work that goes into being in love, falling in love, staying in love, sometimes you have to change your perspectives. Sometimes you have to look at your relationship differently. Try to look at it from their perspective, try to look at it from an outsider's perspective, try to look at it from the future, the past, however you can, and see what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be turned, what needs to be, to find the balance in your relationship again. That's important. That's hard work. It's really hard work, you know, but you can do it. I know you can. It's important to get it done. Okay, I got some tools I gotta clean up. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'm gonna get back working on it probably in a few days because this is really wet, really thick. It's gonna take some time to settle. I already see some little tweaks I wanna make into it. Just to kind of get stuff to pop, get stuff to flow. Okay.